Hi everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making number 144 Granny Square of our 365 Days of Granny Squares. This one is such a simple pattern. It has a written pattern for the first 3 rounds, and then I made round 4 on my own. But this one is called Triangle and Square Puff Stitch Granny by Anu Crochet. So we are using the Square Puff Stitch Granny in her written pattern. So you can check that out by just going to the bottom of my blog and clicking number 144, and you can go to see her written pattern there. This one is super simple. It actually reminds me of our Granny Square number 6 and number 32. Very similar, using the puff stitches in these first 2 rounds here. You can see that they really are popping over there. So that's a lot of fun, and then we're working with double crochets in round 3 and 4. You can go on to making this bigger. Round 4 is our repeat pattern, so you can just make another round 4, and I explained that at the end of this video to do that. Today I'm just using Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I'm actually using the same color I used in yesterday's video because I just love this accent color. This is a worsted weight yarn, and it is size 4 medium. I'm just using scraps, but I actually bought this new color because I just loved it on the shelf. It was just a bright, vibrant color. I just love it. But I'm just using scraps today, so you can use any scrap yarn that you have available. I'm using a worsted weight, but you can also use a double knitting, which is an 8-ply, but this is a 10-ply yarn. We are also using an H size crochet hook to demonstrate today, but you can use any size hook that you want. Again, gauge does not really matter. And we are also using a yarn needle and a scissors because we'll be cutting our yarn and sewing in our ends, and those tools just come in handy in this project when we're changing colors so much. So today's Granny Square is super simple, but before we start, I want to mention there are other links in the description of this video. There's a link to my blog, YARNutopia.com, where you'll get all 365 days of Granny Squares. If you click the image, it will take you to its video tutorial on YouTube. And then at the bottom of the blog, there are some written patterns for some of the squares. So you will see number 144 down there, and you can click that and follow along with rounds 1 through 3. But for round 4, I did on my own. I did a little bit of a different pattern for that. So you can follow along with this video to learn how to do round 4 of this Granny Square. There's also a link to my Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to share your photos in today's post on Facebook in the comments section. And then on Instagram, make sure to hashtag 365 Days of Granny Squares and hashtag YARNutopia so that I can see your work and I can double tap your photos. Make sure you're following me on Instagram too. And oh, follow me on Snapchat too, you guys. This is awesome Snapchat thing I was like obsessed with lately, so make sure you follow me there. I've been snapping quite a bit lately. Also, I'd like to say a thank you to my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time out to make these videos with us. He is our videographer, editor, and photographer for all of our videos, so make sure you click that subscribe button and support us and subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing fantastic crochet tutorials, and you'll get the update on when we post our next one, which will be tomorrow. So let's get started and making number 144 Granny Square. Let's start off by making a slip knot. So put your short end over your long end, fold that down, and pull that through. Pull tight, grab your hook and put that in there. And now to start off, if you know how to do the magic circle, you can totally do that. But I'm going to chain 5, so yarn over and pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to go into the very first chain way over here and make a slip stitch. So just insert your hook right into that first chain, then yarn over and pull through and through. So that creates my center ring. So like I said though, you can do the magic circle if you wanted. So now we're going to chain up 2, so yarn over and pull through 1 and 2. And we are going to make a puff stitch, beginning puff stitch. So we are going to put that inside the inner circle. So a puff stitch is yarn over, go into the circle, yarn over and pull through, hold it, yarn over, go back into the circle, yarn over and pull through, hold it, yarn over, go back into the circle, yarn over and pull through. So now you have 7 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops, just like that. Then we are going to chain 3, so yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to make another puff stitch into this center circle here. So yarn over, go into the circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go into the circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go into the circle, yarn over, pull through. And so now you have 7 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 of those loops, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So we want to have a total of 8 of these puff stitches. So, and chain 3 spaces. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through. 7 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 7 loops, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then puff stitch again. 1, 2, 3. Then yarn over, pull through all 7 loops, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, puff stitch. 1, 2, 3. There should be 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 7 loops, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we want to have 8 of these puff stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, this is my 6th puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, chain 3 there. Next puff stitch. 2, 3, chain 3. And my last puff stitch coming up right here, that's 8. So you want to have 8 puff stitches. Okay, once you have your 8th puff stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch to the very beginning puff stitch, okay, not this chain up 2 here. We're going to go into the puff stitch itself, then yarn over, pull through, and through. So there's round 1. Well, that was super simple. I'm going to fasten off and change my color here. If you're not changing color, just slip stitch into this next chain 3 space and then chain up 2 and go on to round 2 with me. But I'm going to fasten off here, so chain 1, cut that, pull it through, pull tight, insert your hook into any chain 3 space, grab the new color, hook that on the hook, pull that through, and then chain up 2. So yarn over and pull through, 1 and 2. And now we're going to make a puff stitch in there. So you know how to do that. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on your hook. Now we are going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2, and then we are going to put another puff stitch back into that same chain 3 space. So yarn over, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all 7 loops on your hook. Okay, so we basically just put 2 puff stitches into that first chain 3 space. Now we are going to chain 3. So yarn over and pull through, 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to hop into the next chain 3 space and do exactly what we did here for here. So put a puff stitch, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then another puff stitch back in that same chain 3 space. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and just repeat. So go into the next chain 3 space and put puff stitch, chain 2, and a puff stitch. And make sure you have your 7 loops on your hook before you chain your 2, and then make your next puff stitch, and then chain 3 before going on to the next chain 3 space. Okay, so just to repeat that all the way around. If you need to, refer to the written pattern, but I will just do that and then I'll go on to round 3 with you next. When you're finishing round 2, make sure to chain your 3 and then slip stitch to the very first puff stitch, okay? Not this chain up 2 here. We're going to go into the puff stitch, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, and then you can pull that tight. If you are not changing color, slip stitch into this chain 2 space right here, and then chain up 3 and go on to round 3 with me. But I already cut my yarn, so I'm going to just chain 1, and you can cut your yarn and pull that through and pull tight. Insert your hook into any chain space. I'm just going to go right into this chain 2 space. You can either do a chain 3 or a chain 2 space. Does not matter. I'm going to go in and I'm going to pull my new color through, and I'm going to chain up 3. So yarn over and pull through, 1, 2, and 3. Now in the same space we are going to make our corner stitches. So that, starting out, we're going to make a double crochet in there. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to put 2 more double crochet in here. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. One more time, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now in the written pattern it says to chain 2, but I'm only going to chain 1. So yarn over and pull through, and in this next chain space we're going to put 2 double crochets. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Again, yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then chain 1, hop to the next chain space and put 2 double crochets in there. Then chain 1, hop to the next chain space and put 2 double crochets in there. Then chain 1 and hop to the next chain space and make your next corner. And that is 2 double crochet, so 1 and 2, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochet, 1 and 2. Then we're going to make the next side exactly like this. So chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain space, then chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain space, then chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain space, and then chain 1, and now the next chain space will have our corner stitches. So that is 2 double crochet, 1, 2, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 double crochet, 1, 2. And now we're making our next side. So chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain space, then chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain space, then chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain space, and then chain 1, and now make your corner in the next chain space. So that is 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Okay, then chain 1, we're working our last side here. We're going to put 2 double crochet in the next chain space, then chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next chain space, then chain 1, and then 2 double crochet in the last chain space. And don't forget, chain 1, and now we're going to slip stitch to the beginning chain up 3 here. 1, 2, 3, right into that chain up 3, go in, yarn over, pull through, and through. I'm going to grab a new color and we'll go on to round 4. If you're not changing color, just slip stitch into this next stitch and into the corner chain 2 space, and then chain up 3 and go on to the next round with me. But I'm going to fasten off here, so chain 1, cut that yarn, pull that through, pull tight. I know the written pattern ends on round 3, but obviously, I mean, my square is really tiny here, so I want to make mine bigger. You can fasten off here, sew in your ends, and have this square be done because that's the end of the written pattern portion. But if you want your square to be bigger, follow along with me. I know we're deviating away from the written pattern, but I want to make this a little bigger. So I'm going to insert my new color into the chain 2 of the corner here, and I'm going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to make our corner in this space. So put a double crochet in there, and then chain 2, and then put 2 more double crochet in that same space. Then chain 1 and put 2 double crochet in this next chain 1 space. Then chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And then chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And then chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And chain 1, and now in the next corner put 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Okay, and then just continue working the same pattern as we've been doing. So chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, then chain 1, put 2 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, blah 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 blah. Just continue working the same sequence all the way around. In the corners, make sure you're putting 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. And make sure you're chaining 2 or chaining 1 in between your side stitches here. And then I'll meet you up at the end of this round. Once you finish, just make sure you chain 1 and slip stitch to the beginning chain up 3 of this round. So right in here, just insert your hook, yarn over, pull through and through. Now, if you want to, you can fasten off. I'm going to fasten off here, so chain 1 and cut this yarn, pull that through and pull tight. If you are not fastening off and doing another round, you can just repeat round 4. So do the same corners in the corner spaces, just make sure you chain 1, 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1, 2 double crochet in the chain 1 space, and so on, so on, blah blah. So I'm just going to fasten off here though and sew in my ends because I'm done, and that's it. So you know, you can go on to doing that next round, or you can do a single crochet round or a half double crochet round. Really, this next round is totally creator's choice. I'd like to see what you come up with, you know. Make sure to share your photos and share what you did differently than the actual written pattern online on Anu's Crochet World. But definitely big thank you to Anu's Crochet World for letting us use her written pattern and get inspiration to making ours a little bigger. Make sure you check out those links in the description of this video. Link to the written pattern, link to my blog, link to Facebook, link to Instagram, and all that good stuff. You may need to block this square, but there you have it. Number 144 Granny Square is complete. That was so simple, way more simple than yesterday's. Gosh, yesterday's was like a headache. So this one is just super simple, super flat. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy hooking!